On November 6th, the Philadelphia Eagles defeated the Arizona Cardinals for their 7th victory in their first 9 games.
He's going deep. He's got Barnett for a touchdown!
1994 had the look of a winner. This season of hope would become a fight to the finish. Yet the Eagles remained in playoff contention until almost the very end. For the 1994 Philadelphia Eagles, a season once so full of promise had become a year of transition. Monday Night Football, home opener for the Eagles. The night had a Philly flavor. In the city of soft pretzels and cheesesteaks, you are born an Eagles fan, and you take your football very seriously. The passion of Philadelphia. New owner Jeffrey Lurie wouldn't have it any other way. Against the Chicago Bears, the Eagles exploded for 30 unanswered points.
Cunningham back. He is floating it. Leaping catch for a touchdown. Calvin Williams. Cunningham back. Has time. He's firing for the end zone. Caught for a touchdown by Calvin Williams. He's got 2.
It was a night for the passing game. 300 yards for Randall Cunningham, 2 touchdowns for Calvin Williams, and 102 receiving yards for Fred Barnett.
Touch to the center of the field. Gets Brown. Comes to the 40. He comes to the 45, 50, and out of bounds at the Bears' 45-yard line.
With Cunningham, Barnett, and Williams leading the way, the Eagles captured their first win of the season. The following week at home against the Green Bay Packers, it was the defense that grabbed the headlines.
Deep drop this time. He lets it go for the end zone, and it is intercepted on a leaping play by Mike Zordich.
With the Eagles trailing 7-3, William Fuller and Mike Zordich teamed up to turn the tide.
It's a running play on first down. The football is fumbled by Cobb. Picked up by the Eagles and recovered down at the 25-yard line by Zordich. Michael Zordich comes up with the loose football. Give Randall sneak one more time. He sneaks. He's in. Touchdown. The Eagles take the lead.
In the fourth quarter, with Philadelphia leading by 6, the defense faced 4th and a yard on the Eagles' 34.
Favre lines them up, everybody in tight. Favre hands off to Bennett. He's screened in. He won't go. The Eagles hold. They take over on downs.
One more defensive stop would be needed. With less than 2 minutes remaining, the Packers were on the Eagles' 5-yard line. It was 3rd down. They would have 2 shots to get it in the end zone.
Favre is back. He lets it go. Deflected. Incomplete. 4th down. This could be it right here. Back goes Favre. He fires. Complete, but the tackle is made on Bennett. The Eagles are going to win this football game because the defense came up bigger than big.
3 weeks later, the defense again came up big in the final moments.
What a pressure time for the Eagles defense. 47 seconds remaining. Eagles leading by 4. Schuler is back. He pumps. He is firing deep, and it is intercepted! It is intercepted by Greg Jackson at the 2! In a marvelous athletic play.
Greg Jackson's interception with less than a minute remaining preserved Philadelphia's 4th victory of the season. In 1994, Jackson and Mike Zordich gave the Eagles as dynamic a safety tandem as there was in the NFL. Zordich was the classic strong safety. More grit than glitter, more spit than polish. Jackson was a textbook free safety, playing center field as well as Lenny Dykstra. His 6 interceptions were a career best. While Zordich did lead the Eagles with 130 tackles, his strength was simply his presence on the field. He was always around the ball.
Perline never sees it coming. The ball is snuffed away by Zordich and recovered by Zordich. Perrott Backpedals, sets up, lets it go. Intercepted. Intercepted by Greg Jackson down the far sideline. He's at the 25, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown!
Free agents Greg Jackson and Mike Zordich, two diamonds in the rough. At Candlestick Park, on the season's 5th Sunday, another first-year Eagle turned in an electrifying performance.
Garner, the single setback, takes the handoff, off left tackle across the 25-20, at the 15-10, breaks a tackle, he's at the 5, he's in! Charlie Garner, where has he been all our lives?
Rookie Charlie Garner, in his first appearance of the season, rushed 16 times for 111 yards. He was the extra dimension that propelled the Eagles' offense into overdrive. The glamour of Garner was matched by the cool of Cunningham.
Cunningham backpedals. He looks. Now he's rolling. Still rolling. He is going to put the ball in the air for the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown, Victor Bailey! And they're shocked here in the stick. They should be shocked because so far the Eagles are eating them up. And Cunningham has been incredible.
This game was never even close. The 49ers were overmatched by the Eagles on both sides of the ball.
Young into the end zone. William Fuller has him for a safety. Cutting it back. He's looking. He's floating it for the end zone. Touchdown, Bavaro! And this place is nauseous. And the Eagles are humiliating the 49ers at the stick.
The final, 40-8. It was the most impressive victory of the entire NFL season. Through the first 2 months of the 1994 season, the Eagles were one of the best teams in the National Football League. One reason was the return to health of their big play wide receiver, Fred Barnett. On the season's 6th Sunday, Barnett's 49-yard catch and carry helped Philadelphia beat the Redskins 21-17.
Running down the sideline, Barnett, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Arkansas Reds!
2 weeks later, on Monday night against the Houston Oilers, Barnett wowed the national television audience with one of the most dynamic receiving performances of the year. 5 catches for 187 yards and a touchdown. On each of his receptions, Barnett showcased his outstanding ability to run after the catch.
Cunningham rolling. He's throwing. He's going deep. He wants Barnett. He has it at the 10. He cuts back at the 5. He is down and he's in. Barnett. He broke away. Randall Cunningham to Arkansas Fred.
Against the Arizona Cardinals on the first weekend of November, Barnett's career-best 11 catches included 2 touchdowns. They were the margin of victory in a 17-7 win.
He is firing deep down the middle, and it is deflected and caught on a deflection, and Fred Barnett scores! Fred Barnett is a magician!
The victory over the Cardinals also featured the running of Randall Cunningham.
On first down, it's play action. Cunningham is going to run. He is across the 45, 50, 45, and diving down to the Cardinal 40-yard line. Cunningham is back. He's going to run. He's up to midfield. He's at the 45. He's got a first down at the 40. The Ramblin' Randall show is alive and well, and Cunningham penetrates and sashays through the Cardinals defense for a 22-yard gain.
Cunningham's 63 rushing yards were a season high. Defensively, the Eagles sacked Steve Berline 5 times, 2 of them producing turnovers.
He hit! The football is loose! I think the Eagles have it! Mark McMillan came up with the football.
9 games had been played. The Eagles had won 7 of them. The defense, with the addition of a number of new starters, including end William Fuller and linebacker Bill Romanowski, number 53, was ranked 2nd in the league. Few linebackers are as steady and as consistent as Romanowski. He simply does not have a weakness. Fuller was the steal of the 1994 free agent market. One of the best pass-rushing defensive ends in the NFL, he also proved to be a force against the run. Fuller and Romanowski, veteran leadership. Andy Harmon, a young star on the rise. In 1994, in his fourth NFL season, Harmon was recognized by Sports Illustrated as one of the 2 best tackles in the league. In the last 2 years, he has recorded more than 20 quarterback sacks. Another fourth-year Eagle who's getting better and better is outside linebacker William Thomas. In 1994, Thomas finished second on the team in tackles with a career best 126. Against the Houston Oilers on a Monday night at Veterans Stadium, Thomas's 2 sacks led a defense that did not allow a touchdown. For the 5th time in the last 6 games, all 5 of those games victories, the Eagles held the opposition to less than 70 rushing yards.
Harry Brown takes the handoff. He fumbles the football. It's picked up by the Eagles. It's picked up by Derek Frazier, and the Eagles have the football.
Working behind a young offensive line that featured Lester Holmes, Bernard Williams, and Joe Panos, Randall Cunningham threw for 310 yards, the 3rd time in the season's first 7 games that he surpassed the 300-yard mark. Randall's 35-yard scoring pass to James Joseph with just over 2 minutes to play sealed the 21-6 victory. The Eagles had established themselves as one of the best teams in the NFL. That would become more evident the following week in Washington. When you play on the road, the one thing you don't want to do is fall behind early. Against the Redskins at RFK Stadium, the Eagles trailed 14-0 in the second quarter, before a Herschel Walker touchdown cut the Washington lead in half. The comeback had just begun.
Cunningham gives it off to Walker, who is in for the touchdown, and the Eagles can take the lead with the extra point.
On their next possession, the Eagles went 71 yards in 8 plays to build a 28-20 lead. The finishing kick, this never-say-die Vaughn Hebron touchdown.
Cunningham comes right back to Hebron, across the 5. He's in! Vaughn Hebron! He broke tackles. One moment and he was at the 5, and the next he was in for the score, and is that ever a big, big touchdown?
But the Eagles could not hold on to their 8-point fourth-quarter advantage. They would have to come back one more time to earn the victory.
It'll be 3rd down and a yard. Do you run it here or do you pass? Cunningham on a quarterback keeper plunges across the 50, and he's down to the Redskins. Cunningham takes the snap. He studies the field. He looks, he fires. He's got a receiver. He's got a first down inside the 35. He's got Calvin Williams, and they'll move the chain. It's a quick pitch to Hebron. Following on the right side to the 25, to the 20. Hebron all the way inside the 20 and out of bounds at the 23 seconds left. The ball is spotted. The kick is up. It's gone! And the Eagles take the lead with 19 seconds left. 31-29.
Philadelphia had passed an important test, battling back on the road with defeat staring them in the face. The Eagles upped their record to 7-2 with an impressive win over the Cardinals. The Eagles began the month of November as one of the NFL's elite teams, but the tide would turn on the second Sunday of the month. Byron Evans, the heart and soul of the defense, was lost for the season with a broken leg as the Eagles were beaten by the Cleveland Browns. A week later, in the rematch against the Cardinals, a fourth-quarter strike from Cunningham to Calvin Williams that would have won the game was just inches out of bounds. Not even the longest run of the NFL season, this 91-yard touchdown by Herschel Walker could prevent defeat in Atlanta. In 1994, Walker accomplished an extraordinary trifecta. He became the only player in NFL history to record 90-yard plays running the ball, catching the ball, and returning a kickoff in the same season. Would the arch-rival Dallas Cowboys bring out the best in the Eagles? It did not appear that way when this Emmitt Smith touchdown increased the Cowboys' lead to 15 midway through the third quarter. But the Eagles refused to give up. Playing inspired football, the men in green would dominate the defending Super Bowl champions for the next 15 minutes, and dominate is not an overstatement. Led by the brilliant passing of Cunningham, who threw for over 300 yards for the 13th time in his Eagles career, Philadelphia stormed back.
Touchdown by Barnett! Cunningham won at the Arkansas bridge. Cunningham goes back, he looks, he breaks away from one man, goes over the middle, completes it to Barnett, Cunningham goes over the middle. Cunningham goes back. He fires the football and completes it to Barnett at the 10.
Against the Cowboys' #1 ranked defense, Cunningham would complete 10 passes in a row, tying an Eagles team record. The 10th brought Philadelphia to within 5, 24-19.
Cunningham's going to throw into the end zone. Touchdown, Maurice Johnson! We've got a ball game. We have got a ball game here in the Met. 1st and 10 Dallas, the ball on the 22, as Pete backs up. He is hit, he is sacked at the 20, give it to William Fuller. Back goes Pete, Pete's being chased, he's hit, they got him at the 10! Harmon and Fuller got him at the 10! They sacked him twice on this series, and the Cowboys have to punt from deep in their own territory. 8.5 to go in the fourth quarter, Cowboys leading by 5. Here is the punt. Seidler backs up, no Bearcat, takes it at the 39, starts up the center of the field, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, at the 15, at the 10, Jeff Seidler! Listen to this crowd, this place, this stadium is on fire, this stadium is absolutely on fire.
Even after the interception, the Eagles did not give in. This was a team that would not let go of any opportunity to come back. The spirit and character of the 1994 Eagles was never a question. With 2 weeks left in the season, the Eagles remained in control of their playoff destiny. 2 victories, and they would be playoff bound. Against the Giants, the defense provided the early spark. An interception by Mike Zordich midway through the opening period set up the first score of the game. This Bubby Brister to Mark Bavaro touchdown. For the better part of 3 quarters, the Eagles were in command. It appeared they would be able to overcome the obstacles that had detoured what had been a great season only a month and a half ago. But the Eagles could not stop a season, once so full of promise, from becoming a year of transition. They left the Vet on that December Sunday out of the playoffs.
Today's a very exciting day for the Philadelphia Eagles. Ray Rhodes really represents the epitome of what I would like to bring to the Philadelphia Eagles. I couldn't be more delighted to be introducing Ray as our head coach. He, I think, not only was worth the wait, but will be worth his weight in gold. This man has 5 Super Bowl rings, and I've asked him to save his second hand for us. I'm very proud today to be able to present to you Ray Rhodes, the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles.
On February 2nd, the Eagles announced that Ray Rhodes would replace Rich Kotite as the new head coach. In 1994, the 44-year-old Rhodes was the defensive coordinator of the world champion San Francisco 49ers.
As far as what Ray Rhodes is about, I'm about winning. I'm about getting the job done at whatever cost. I've been a part of 5 world championships. I've been there. It's not hearsay. It's something that I've been a part of. I came here to win a championship, and that's why I'm here. And I'm not coming here worried about any type of pressure. I'm here to get things done. I'm a bottom line guy, and the bottom line is getting the job done. I'm not a guy that's here to rebuild. I'm here to retool the football team. It's like a big puzzle. Only thing you're looking for is pieces, trying to get the right pieces together. You can talk with Mr. Walsh, you can talk with George Seifert, Carmen Policy, Eddie DeBartolo, and when you ask them about Ray Rhodes, ask him about his strong suit. They're going to say it's dealing with drafting people, free agency. He knows people. He knows talent. You know, I can find talent. I can find people that can play. It's all about winning. You know what I mean? There's no substitute. You know, I'm here to produce. I'm here to bring a championship to Philadelphia. That's why I'm here. I didn't come here to be 500. I didn't come here to try to make the playoffs. I came here to win a championship.
Under Rhodes' leadership, the Eagles completed the most important free agent signing in franchise history. They acquired Ricky Watters of the Super Bowl champion 49ers. Watters, quite simply, is one of the top 5 backs in the National Football League, a tough, elusive runner who may be better between the tackles than on the outside. Watters is also a receiver of unmatched skill out of the backfield. His 66 catches a year ago produced 11 yards per reception, extraordinary for a running back. Watters will become a featured performer in an offense that already features a number of impact players. Wide receivers Fred Barnett and Calvin Williams, and quarterback Randall Cunningham. The 1995 Philadelphia Eagles, a team full of proven NFL stars, led by a dynamic and hungry new owner in Jeffrey Lurie, and now guided by a new head coach who knows what it takes to win championships. In Philadelphia, the future begins now.
I was 18 years old when I went into the service, and when I was interviewed by a captain, he said, "Son," he said, "how would you like to go to gunnery school and be a waist gunner?" I said, "Yeah."
World War II created a new breed of NFL player. The face of pro football in the 1950s changed, and Chuck Bednarik became its poster boy.
You know somebody's out there to get you. And boy, you're going to defend yourself. And now you just turned killer. And of course, as the game progresses and in the heat of the battle, you're getting hit. And then suddenly all you think of is, it's that kill. Kill.
This is the way you go after him. You're frothing from the mouth. You say, "Get him. Get him."
The son of Slovakian immigrants, Concrete Charlie had his hands hardened by war. Hands first forged in the shadow of his father's steel mill. Hands once held by a mother who had known only hard times.
Looky here, there, you're on television.
No.
Sony to Robia, Asia.
No, please. Well, he was tough. And lots of kids wanted to fight him. And they told me, and I told him like that, don't hit him first. But if he hit you, anybody hit you first, give it to him. Give him a good one.
I remember on the 4th down punting situation, I snapped the ball to the punter, and as soon as I brought my head up, pow! Jeez, my helmet flew off, and I saw these little black dots in the yellow thing, and I also saw the number. Woo! And I went up to him. I said, "You son of a, I'll get you."
Number 65 was Chuck Noll. The feud grew over time.
4 years later, there's Chuck Noll. Lo and behold, the game's over. Here he comes. Here he comes. He said, "Are you ready, you?" And I went, whoom. I mean, I gave him a shot, and he went down. Bert Bell fined me $500, and he said, "I want you to apologize to that boy." Now, it takes a little courage to go up to somebody when something like that happened, to say you're sorry. So I remember it took, I was waiting, and then finally I went over and I said, "I want to apologize for what happened in Philadelphia." And he came up close to me and he said, "Bull."
Hey, Joe, are you still using that greasy kid stuff on your hair?
In 1960, Frank Gifford was the NFL's glamour boy. Late that season, he too would meet Bednarik, a man with distinctly different grooming habits.
The clock is running down. It's about 1.5 minutes to play in the game. Gifford swings out of the backfield, comes down the field, across, down and in. They're dangerous. That's like a Volkswagen going down a one-way street, and a Mack truck is coming the opposite way.
Frank Gifford caught the ball underneath of Bednarik, and he was trying to get to the sideline to stop the clock. Well, he got stopped. I mean, he got hit. Bednarik hit him, and he just leveled Frank. I mean, Frank was level and knocked him cold, of course. And Frank missed a whole year of football the following season. That's how hard he got hit. I thought Bednarik killed him.
His head snapped. He went backwards, and the ball flew in the air. And there it was. Chuck Weber fell on it. I knew the game was over. I had no idea where Frank Gifford was, and then when I saw him recover the ball and I turned around, and then simultaneously I was with a gesture like this, standing over him, and I said these exact words: "This effing game is over." And it would appear by the picture that I'm gloating over him. I wasn't gloating over him. I had no idea that he was there.
And so Chuck Bednarik celebrated the tackle that saved a 17-10 win, the turning point on the Eagles' road to the 1960 World Championship.
Out of that grew an almost legendary sort of figure named Chuck Bednarik, who didn't need that. He was a great football player. When I married Kathy, I said, "You're going to hear about Chuck Bednarik probably every day of your life." I said, "We'll be lucky when we don't hear about it from somebody if we're out in the public." And when I first told her Bednarik, she said, "What is that, a pasta?" She'd never heard of him.